car payments, medical bills, and you are contemplating what you should do with this money that you have, savings account that you may have, or you're contemplating to use your income tax, wait. I have a funky, fresh, dope bankruptcy attorney by the name of Tamika Wyche-Greenidge. She is licensed in New Jersey and Philadelphia. However, she will consult and talk to anyone. She has a heart of a teacher and a lot of energy. You will learn all about her in my next episode and what she can do for you, because you may, depending on your situation, may be able or eligible to file bankruptcy. And she teach you, instead of taking the money that you have saved to pay debt, she actually go over a budget with you, and she teaches you or gives you ideas on the things that you can do with that money, such as investing after you file bankruptcy, of course. So come on in, tune into my episode, No More Excuses, Wake Up, on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Come on, come over, come and learn. Stenell Money Therapist.
Okay. So when people come to see you, what can you tell me what you start them off with? Do you have a spreadsheet? Do you send them a spreadsheet? How do you actually start working with them?
So when people come to see me, prior to coming to see me, I will usually email them a list of documents for them to bring with them. And they'll bring me copies of deeds to all real estate they have in their name, the last 6 months pay stub, last 2 years tax returns. They have to take credit counseling. So they'll bring me everything that pertains to them on that list. I send everybody the same list. So if it pertains to them, they'll bring it to me. If not, they don't worry about it. And then once they're sitting in front of me, we go through those documents, and it's basically your income and your assets that determine what type of bankruptcy you're allowed to file. So we focus mainly on those documents first to try to determine what type of bankruptcy they're able to file, and then move forward from there.
Okay. All right. So if you have a person that comes to you, because as you know, I help people with their finances, and I try to keep them to still live, pay debt, and invest all at the same time. So do you find, and I'm sure you do, people that come to you and they just, maybe you have to teach them, they don't know how to budget. So are you teaching people how to budget, or are you, because, and I say this because people start with a clean slate, and then if their mindset is not changed, they get back in the debt again.
That's right. That's right.
What type of information, or what type of information do you give them so they do not continue doing the same thing?
So first of all, everybody that walks into my office, not everybody needs a bankruptcy. Some people just need to learn how to budget, because if you walk into my office, you have about $10,000 worth of debt, and you have enough money to pay it, and you just don't know how to budget to pay it, I'm not going to file you a bankruptcy. There are some attorneys that will, but I'm not going to file you a bankruptcy. I'm going to tell you, we're going to sit down, we're going to do a budget, and I'm going to tell you, tighten up here, get rid of this, because you're going to bring me all the same information. I'm going to look at your 6 months bank statements. I'm going to see what's coming out of your bank account every month. So get rid of this, tighten up here, go pay these bills. This is how you're going to pay them. And I send them on their way. Now, for the people who do need to file a bankruptcy, in the process of filing a bankruptcy, we do a budget. We go through their expenses and we go through their income. And when that petition is filed, I have to file a budget with the court. The budget is on Schedule I, lists your income, Schedule J lists all of your expenses. So that is filed with the court when the bankruptcy petition is filed. So yes, we actively go through a budget.
I don't remember us going through a budget. I like that. You actively go through a budget. I like the fact that you bring people in and you tell them, if you have the money, you don't need to have we don't need to proceed. You show them and you teach them.
Right. It just does not make sense. Now, I did have one young lady, because I've been learning this year how to actively trade in the stock market.
Me too.
So yeah, so I know how much money can be pulled out of the market, right?
Mhm.
So it's a group that I'm in on Facebook, and the girl, I don't know how this young woman found me, living in I think Missouri. She lives in Missouri. She inboxed me, said, "Could you please give me a call? I see you're a bankruptcy attorney. I need some information." Now,
Wow.
this young lady, she said she was living paycheck to paycheck, living with her family, still trying to invest in the stock market, trading options. So, but she said she had a little bit of money, but not a lot. It was about to start going to school. She was getting a higher education degree. I don't know if it was, I forget if it was a master's or a law degree, or she was
Mhm.
getting, a higher education degree. And she said, "I just want to know, should I file bankruptcy?"
Mhm.
Now, normally I'd have said, "Well, bring me in your income, give me all of this stuff, let me evaluate it." But for me, because I knew she was trying to invest in the market,
Mhm.
and I know the type of money that can be pulled out of the market,
Mhm.
I said, absolutely. I said,
Mhm.
"You just started investing."
Mhm.
I said, "Before this year is out, you'll have more money in an account
Mhm.
than the court would allow you to have." I said, "And on top of that, the money that you do have to pay to your creditors,"
Mhm.
she had about 12,000 bucks in the bank, right?
Mhm.
But that money was protected. It was
Okay.
exempt because
Uh-huh.
the exemptions the court allows you to have protected that money.
Mhm.
I said, "File you a bankruptcy, pay the 1,000 bucks you're gonna pay to that attorney,
Mhm.
file you a bankruptcy,
Mhm.
and take that $12,000 you was gonna pay to them creditors, invest it in the stock market. Wait until after you get your discharge though, invest it in the market, and triple times your money."
Right.
It
Okay.
was just a no
It was a
brainer.
no-brainer. Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Right. And how did she receive? That was actually smart. See, it's good to come to you because everybody's situation, you don't have it's not a cookie cutter. It's not a copy and paste.
Right.
Everybody's situation is different, and depending on what their situation is the advice that you give them. That was a no-brainer.
It was absolutely a no brainer.
And how did she receive that?
Oh, she said she was going to file. She said, "I'm going to call the attorney back." Well, first she asked me if I could help her, but I told her I wasn't able to because I'm not licensed in that state. I'm only licensed in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. So I said, "You do have to file a bankruptcy attorney out in that area." I said, "But if you have any questions regarding what that attorney is telling you, because bankruptcy is federal law, pretty much everything is cookie cutter when it comes to the law,
Right.
except for when you have those special state exceptions.
Okay.
But the petition in itself, most of the information goes, you can take it anywhere. But she said she was calling the attorney back that she talked to, and she was going to make an appointment to file.
Wow, that's good. So let me ask you so people can know. Consultating for a consultation. So she consulted with you because she live in Missouri. Did you charge her for a consultation? Do you charge for someone to speak with you?
I give everyone a free 15-minute consultation.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
I do.
That must be the God in you because I've never heard that from an attorney. So you get 15 minutes. Do you ever go over?
Most times I do.
Mm-hmm.
Most times I do.
Wow.
Most times it usually turns into like probably almost pushing 30 minutes because people are so hesitant and they have so many questions. But at the end of the call, it's like you either, I know I've given you enough information to make a choice. So you can't call me back 2 and 3 more times because I'm done answering your questions, because I
Okay.
know I've given you enough of a foundation to make a choice.
Okay. I like that. I like that. And do they know that coming in? Like, do you
Yeah,
tell them?
I do let
Okay.
people know I give a free 15-minute consultation.
Okay. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I like that. So, what would you say to an individual, a male or female that is struggling financially and they can't really see their way out? They have a lot of debt, including let's say a couple credit cards, maybe a couple credit cards, maybe two car notes, and they have a house, what would you just tell that individual that come to you?
So I guess my first question would be how long have you been struggling like this, right? Because if the struggle came because of the pandemic, then that's a different type of struggle, right? Because everybody's in a different situation.
Mhm.
But if this was happening prior to COVID, I need to know, what were you doing? What are your habits? And first, are you current with your car? Are you current with your mortgage? Because in New Jersey, we know you have to have a car
Mhm.
living where we live,
Yes.
and you
You
gotta have a roof over your head.
you have to have both. That's right.
Right. So is it enough money coming into the household just to sustain the necessities? If there's not enough money coming into the
Yes.
household to
Tell them.
sustain the necessities, we need to have a real conversation, because bankruptcy is not going to help you, because you're going to wind up right back in the same situation that
Yes.
you are now.
Yes.
So if the income is not there, we need to have a real talk.
Yes. And we
I
talked
can't
about
go
this
any further
before.
with helping you.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
talked about this before. Yes, the income has to be there. And that's why I talk to people, well, we need another paycheck. We need something coming in. I don't always suggest people, well, go to school, get a higher education. No, go and get
Find a side
a
hustle.
side. Yes, you can. Now with COVID, there's so many job opportunities. You can literally sit in your house. The person that does retighten my locks, she literally sits in her home and she do like answer calls. And they have a lot of COVID specialists, people that had COVID, and they have people that even through CVS, they call them, they ask them questions in their home.
Yep.
They don't even have to leave. So COVID, even though it was so bad and it has destroyed, so many people have passed, it has opened up a window for
Oh
so
my
many
God.
other people, especially people in businesses.
Absolutely.
It has opened up a window. It really, 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 really has opened up a window.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And right now, people will buy anything. People will buy anything. What are your gifts? What are your talents? What can you supply to people that they need? What need can you fill? Make a business out of it.